Okay, we're gonna do a little yoga for your butt tonight. Sometimes when you're stuck at home on the couch or in your office chair, your butt becomes unhappy. So let's get started on our backs. A little bit tongue-in-cheek, butt first yoga, butt with two T's first yoga. But in this time of great uncertainty and change, it's important to take a moment before you react to something, that makes you anxious or angry or annoyed, even if it's just the way you're interacting with your spouse or your kids, your partner, or your parents. So as you come down onto your back, take any comfortable shape. You could start in Shavasana, you could start with your knees knocking in, you could start with butterfly legs. Any comfortable position with your arms, Shavasana or out even wider like an airplane or even a cactus or up overhead a little bit. Relax your shoulders and take a really deep breath in and a really deep breath out. We might not have a lot of control over what's going on around us in the world, but we do have control over how we react to what's going on around us in the world. And that's where butt first yoga. But first, before you react, take a deep breath. Take a moment to consider. Take a moment to remember that your reactions have consequences. Tensions can definitely run high when you're sharing domestic space with other people. And so as we do this little yoga workout tonight, think about how creating more peace inside your own mind, how that spills over to the people around you. Been a lot of amazing stories in the news of people being really kind and generous to strangers. And even the act of self-isolating, it's a generous act. Right? You may be saving the life of someone that you will never meet, someone who can never thank you or repay you. That's an amazing act of generosity. But at the same time, let's not forget to be kind and generous to the people that are the closest to us. All right, on your next exhalation, exhale everything out, a full deep exhalation. Hold that breath out for a moment and then take a really deep, slow breath in through your nose. All the way, all the way, all the way in. Pause and hold that breath in for a moment. Out through your mouth. Now, straighten your legs if your legs are not yet straight. Bring your feet close together. Take your arms overhead. Hook your thumbs. Point your toes. Start to pull against your thumbs and feel your shoulder blades engage. Now, inhale. Puff your chest up toward the ceiling, just gently. Breathe all the way, all the way, all the way in. Hold that breath for a moment. And sigh it out through your mouth. Then change the hook of your thumbs. Take a breath or two here and start to flex your feet. Press your heels forward. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit. Pull your navel down and flatten your back gently into the mat. Pull against your thumbs again and take a really deep breath in, as deep as you can now. Hold it in for just a moment. And out through your mouth. Unhook your thumbs, bring your arms down to your sides, bend your knees, lift your feet, hug your knees in, and take a rock side to side. Alright, so anatomically, our butt first yoga practice may also be an act of kindness to your spouse or your partner, your loved one. It will be a good practice for building some strength in our hips and legs, also some flexibility. Now, find your strap. If it has a loop in it, we're going to use that loop around our legs. If you can tie a loop in whatever you have to substitute as a yoga strap, that's about 2 thigh distance in diameter there, then go ahead and tie it. But if you don't have anything that's going to work that way for your body, you can do these without the strap. It's no big deal. We're going to get set up for bridge pose. So when you have your strap on, unless you're forgoing it, drop your feet down. If you're using a strap or a tie, push your knees out against that strap and try to adjust it so that your outer knees are in line with your outer hips. Bring your arms to a Shavasana shape on the floor. Take a deep breath in, push your knees out again, and exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up, pull your low belly in. Take a breath in and keep pushing out against that strap as gently as you can, as firmly, as symmetrically as you can. Exhale and slowly lower back down. So let's lift and lower a few times. Inhale, lift up. Keep a neutral curve at the back of your neck. Exhale, lower down. If you are not able to use a strap, you're still lifting and lowering the same way. Keep your knees in line with your hips, in line with your ankles. But if you are able to use a strap or a tie, you'll get a little added bonus of feeling your outer hips and your outer thighs engaging. As your knees try to push out wide, that hugs your outer hips in. And that hugging in action is really stabilizing for your pelvis and for your lower back. So keep paying attention to your core, lower abdominals especially, hugging in. Relax your jaw. We're going to take a few more rounds here. You should definitely be feeling your glutes, your butt muscles engaging, firming, but not clenching so hard that you feel like you might develop a Charlie horse. Okay, so back off if you're feeling that. Heading into our last round like that, nice and slow and deep with your breath. And when you get done with this next round, pick your feet up. If you have a strap on, pull it off, set it to the side, hug your knees in, and rock a little bit side to side. Good. Now, from there, keep your right knee drawing in. Set your left foot down on the floor and straighten your left leg out on your mat. Now, open your arms up wide like an airplane. We're going to do a moving spinal twist here that we flow into and out of. Rock to your outer left hip a little bit. Point your right kneecap over to the left. Take a deep breath in, but look to the right and reach your right arm out to the right. As you exhale, rock back onto your back. Squeeze your abdominal muscles in and pull your left knee in, straighten your right leg out, set your right leg down. On your next inhalation, rock to your right hip, point your left kneecap to the right, look to the left, reach to the left, take another deep breath in. Exhale, rock onto your back and slowly switch your legs, being really mindful of your core support as you do that. So now we'll go as a flow. Inhale, right knee to the left. Look to the right, reach to the right. Exhale, back onto your back, switch your legs. Inhale, left knee pulls over to the right, so you rock to your right outer hip. Reach to the left, open up your chest on the left. Exhale, back down and switch your legs. Let's keep going as slowly as you can with your breath. Lower body rocking to the left, upper body to the right. Come to center, switch your legs, and then your lower body will rock to the right and the upper body to the left. Good. Back to center. Couple more rounds like that. Be as gentle as you need to. And really cinch in around your waist as you switch your legs in the air. Like you're narrowing your whole waist. We're heading into our last round here. So that's first a lower body twist to the left. And then a lower body twist to the right. Whenever you get done with those, pick your feet up, hug your knees in, and rock a little bit side to side. Good. All right, now drop your feet back down. We're going to do another round of bridges. We don't need the strap for this round, so just your feet flat on the floor, bent knees. Now, take your arms to a cactus shape on the floor here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift your hips up to your bridge. You can lift low, you can lift high. Check in with your back and make sure you don't feel a strain in your lower back. Now, we're going to do a one-legged bridge here. Pick your right foot up off the floor, bent right knee, pull your right knee in toward your chest. Take a breath in, and exhale, lower your right foot down. Inhale, left foot picks up, pull that left knee in, really squeeze your abdominal muscles in, exhale, lower it down. If you're feeling your back in any kind of negative way, don't lift your hips so high and try again. If that still doesn't work out for you, then keep both feet flat on the floor instead of lifting. But if you can, we're gonna keep marching here, one knee at a time. You can move at a comfortable pace for yourself. Relax your jaw. We're keeping our arms up in a cactus shape so that we have to support ourselves more with our hips and our glutes than we do with our arms and our shoulders and our upper back. So notice that. We're almost there. One more round. Right knee comes in, left knee comes in, and when you get done with that, roll down along your spine and hug your knees in, massage your back, lengthen your lower back against the floor, and rock side to side. Good. Take another deep, slow breath all the way in as you're rocking, and all the way out. And then drop your left foot down, interlace your hands behind your right thigh, and straighten your right leg up toward the ceiling. Straighten until you get a stretch that feels pretty mellow, but enough for you to notice that you're getting a hamstring stretch. If you can straighten your left leg out on the mat and be comfortable, then great. Adjust your shoulder blades so they're away from your ears. Let's now point and flex just a few times. We're still getting warmed up, so we're just starting to open up muscles at the back of your leg. Breathe as deeply as you can, in through your nose, out through your nose. Keep pointing and flexing, and we'll take another slow round of breath as you do that. And from there, we're going to change sides. So bend that right knee, set it down, set your right foot down, pick your left foot up. Hang on behind your left thigh. Straighten up just until you feel a mellow stretch. Don't overdo it this early in class. Settle in. Get really heavy at the back of your pelvis, shoulder blades underneath you, and then once you're settled, start to point and flex your left foot and ankle and breathe. Notice, probably get a deepening of that hamstring stretch as you flex your foot, or you may feel a little bit more in your calf muscles as you do. Feel the opening at the front of your ankle, top of your foot, maybe even up through your shin as you point your toes. Keep breathing deeply. And we'll finish up one more slow round of breath here. Good. And then both knees bend. Hug your knees in and rock yourself up to sit. Once you come on up, let's come over onto hands and knees. Hands and knees, a tabletop position. If you like extra padding under your knees, find a blanket or cushion, whatever you have handy. All right. Now we're going to do a kneeling fire hydrant here. Really great for strengthening your outer hips. As you inhale, lift your right knee straight out to the right and lift your left arm straight out to the left. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lower down. Now lift your left knee out to the left, right arm out to the right. Take a breath in again and lower down. And let's go side to side. I like to do a bent elbow, mirrors the bending of my knee as my arm goes out side to side, but it can help you with balance to go out with a straight arm instead. So you can choose either one. Feel the engagement, the engaging muscles there in your outer hip, outer thigh. A little tension in your core and your belly, and keep breathing deeply. Now we're going to do another round like this. Right knee and left arm. And then left knee and right arm. When you get done, child's pose. Shift your hips to your heels. Bow your forehead down. Narrowing your knees in child's pose can sometimes be really supportive for your lower back. Your belly and your thighs will push against each other and really lengthen your back. If that feels good, great. If it doesn't, widen your knees out to make space for your belly. That will start to open up the back of your pelvis a little bit more. A couple more breaths here, really deeply connected to your breath inside your body. And we'll take another round like that. And come up to hands and knees, and we're going to head into a downward facing dog. So move your hands forward a few inches, at least shoulder distance with your hands. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, and start to stretch your hips up and back. Get really long in your spine without sagging your chest. So broaden your upper back, little external rotation in your upper arms. Press your fingertips down, the tips of your thumbs down. Press the base of your fingers down as much as you're pressing the heels of your hands down. If a walk in place in your down dog feels good, walk in place. One knee bends, the opposite leg straightens a little more. Heel reaching down to the mat. Keep observing your breath and deepening it where you can. Deeper inhalations, deeper exhalations. Let's take another round of breath like that in our downward facing dog. And then from there, come forward to plank pose or to hands and knees. Take a deep breath in and exhale, knees down if you lifted them, lower to your belly. Now, down on your belly, give yourself a little pillow, stack your hands or your forearms up, and rest on your chin or your forehead. So keep your neck neutral here. Now take a breath in. As you exhale, point your right toes, lift your right leg up an inch or two, and then try to lift it a little bit higher. We're going to do a 2-level kick here. So lower that right leg down, pull your navel in. Inhale, lift your left foot, left leg an inch or two, and then lift it a little higher again and lower down. So a little kick, kick. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, right leg, kick, kicks. And then exhale, left leg, kick, kicks. Good. So it's a kind of a staggered, a 2-tier kick. We're doing these 2-tier kicks to try to engage more fully the muscles at the back of our legs, all the way up through our glutes and even into our low back. Now your low back, this can make your low back feel a little bit tight, and if you're feeling that, you need even more abdominal support. But relax your neck, and keep breathing. Little kick kicks, feel all that musculature at the back of your leg turning on. We're going to finish up the next round that we're working on. So the next time you do left leg, you're done here. Press up to hands and knees and take downward facing dog. Now in your downward facing dog, take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, bend your knees and flatten your back out like you're doing a little chair pose here, but your hands, keep them down on the ground if you can. Exhale, bow your head, straighten your legs until you feel a deeper hamstring stretch. Inhale, bend your knees, move your hips back behind you, straighten your arms out, lift your head and chest a little bit. Exhale, bow your head, squeeze your navel in, straighten your legs until you feel a deeper stretch. Take a couple more like that. Inhale, bend, like you're a downhill skier. Exhale, straighten. Kind of like a ski jumper, that ski jumping position before you get ready to take off. And then exhale, bow in. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, bend. Flat back the best you can, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, drop your head, relax your neck, and 1 more round like that. Inhale, bend. And exhale. Straighten. Now inhale, bend your knees, get down onto hands and knees. Good. And lower down onto your forearms. Put your elbows over your shoulders so your butt is in the air. Butt first. Interlace your fingers. All right, we're going to do a different kind of fire hydrant action. Instead of straight out to the side, inhale, lift your right knee up and back behind you, but then open your hip up to the right. Squeeze your left hip in at the same time. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring that right knee down. So inhale, left knee lifts up and back, but then you lift from the outer hip as well and try to open up your hip, hug your right hip in. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower down. So how high to go? You gotta let your body give you some feedback about that so you don't strain. But we're gonna go side to side. Each inhalation lifts you up and back into that nice high fire hydrant position. Each exhalation brings you back down. Need to keep using your low belly support here so your low back stays happy. Trying to open up the front of your hip and thigh at an angle. Look down at the mat, keep your neck long, keep your shoulder blades broad. We'll finish up 1 more round here. So that's right leg and then left leg. And when you get done, either child's pose or downward facing dog. You choose. If you choose down dog, try to get as symmetrical as you can now. Stretch your mat forward with both hands. Feel the power coming from your upper back, your chest and shoulders, not just from your arms or your hands. Reach your hips up and back. Stretch your low back a little longer, side waist a little longer. Tighten your low ribs in a little bit if you feel yourself sagging and back bending. You want to avoid a banana shape here. But if you feel the opposite, kind of a little Quasimodo hunch, need to bend your knees and lift your sit bones higher. Inhale now, we're going to meet either in plank pose or on hands and knees. Exhale, chaturanga down onto your belly. Now this time we're going to do a few little cobras. Lift the front of your shoulders up. Inhale, you can stay low like that or start to push into your hands. Keep your pelvis attached to the ground. Exhale, lower down. Try it again. Lead with the front of your shoulders lifting. And then from there, curl your upper back up. Exhale, back down. But nice and slow, like a wave. Push into the tops of your feet. Your glutes should just very gently engage here, but they should not be clenching. So as you push into the tops of your feet, almost as though you're going to do a little kick like we did a moment ago, you should feel those glutes and hamstrings just a hint engaging. Let's try 1 more round like that. Inhale and curl up. And hands and knees, child's pose. Make it a crescent. Walk your arms to the right, shift your hips to the left a little bit. Bow your head down. If it feels good to really lengthen out at an angle through your left fingers, then creepy crawl your left fingers up and to the right until you get a nice long line of stretch for your left side body. Feel your breath rising and falling. A little bit deeper now as we're giving ourselves a break. Take another slow round of breath like that. And when you're ready to change sides, come back to center. First stretch out at center. And then walk your arms to the left, shift your hips a little to the right. It might feel better to relax your arms and not reach out so much. But if it does feel good, reach out and over to the left with your right fingers. And breathe. Feel your right shoulder blade rising and falling. Your right side ribs. Your back muscles in your low back, in your mid back, in your upper back. Especially on the right. Take another slow, deep breath like that. And then come on back to center. Come up to hands and knees and lower down onto your belly. Give yourself a little pillow with your stacked hands or forearms again. Rest your chin or your forehead. We're going to do those fire hydrants a little higher and deeper the way we did on forearms a moment ago. So bend your right knee, point your toes. Pull your belly in. Inhale, lift your right knee up, and with your glute, your butt muscles, pull that right leg over to the left just a little bit. Take a breath in. Exhale and lower it down, straighten it out. Left knee bends, point your toes, lift your left knee and pull just gently to the right. Take a breath in. Your belly should be hugging in to assist you. Exhale, lower back down. Try going side to side. Relax your neck. Deep breath in to pull that right foot to the left. Exhale, lower down, and a deep breath in to pull your left foot over to the right. Exhale, lower down. Good. Couple more rounds like that. So if you can, you're resting your head down. It's natural to tense your neck muscles a little bit here, but try not to overdo that. This is really a lower body exercise. And one more round like that. So whenever you do your left leg this next time, we're going to get on out of here. Hands to your side ribs. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift the front of your shoulders up. Tighten your ribs in and either press to hands and knees or straight to plank. Go back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold at the back of your mat. From there, take a half forward fold. Bring your hands up as high as you need to get to a flat back. Then a full forward fold, bow down. And with a flat back again, come all the way up to stand. Look up and reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. We're going to step off of our mat out wide if we can. If you don't have quite enough space, you can do this with your feet a little bit narrower. But if you have the space, step off of your mat. So you should be at the back end of your mat. And we're going to get ready for horse stance, toes out, heels in, hands to your heart, interlace your fingers. Take a breath in. Exhale, sink on down to your horse stance. Lift your pelvic floor, squeeze your belly in, drop your shoulders back and down. I'm going to do a funny, what I call a sumo walk here. So take a breath in and exhale, start to walk yourself forward in this sumo position up to the top of your mat. Good. Straighten your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Then the same position. Exhale, horse stance, hands at your heart. Sumo walk yourself back. Try to squeeze your knees as wide apart as you can. Good. You guys make amazing sumos. Inhale, straighten arms up. Try it again. Exhale. Feel your whole lower body, especially quads, glutes, hamstrings engaging. Sumo walk forward, then straighten your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up. When you get there, and exhale one more time, we're going to go back. Good. Okay, there we go. Straighten your legs, parallel your feet. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. Really target those hamstrings now. Lean a little bit of weight forward into your fingertips. If you need to bend your knees to get to a flat back or to take your hands to the floor, please do. Okay. But lift your sit bones up. Try to stack your heels in line with your hips rather than shifting your hips way back behind you. So your legs are vertical, right, rather than at an angle. And take 2 more breaths like that. Good. Now, kneel yourself down at the back of your mat. Kneel down at the back of your mat, and we're going to get set up for some wavy vinyasas. The video may have frozen, but if you can still hear my voice, just keep following my instruction. So child's pose, shift your hips back to your heels, bow your head down to the mat. Stretch your arms out as straight as you can in front of you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cat pose. Lift your hips over your knees, bow your head around your upper back. You may need to adjust the placement of your hands. We're going to lower for a relaxed upward facing dog. Lower your pelvis down. Arms stay straight. Move your inner shoulders towards your outer shoulders and puff your chest up. Control your core. Gently contract your glutes. Lengthen your neck. Take a deep breath in and fill up your lungs. Look up if you can. Exhale, hands and knees back to your child's pose. Try that again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, kneeling upward facing dog. Open your chest, shoulders back and down. Exhale, child's pose. Take a deep breath in. And again, exhale, cat pose. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Widen your feet out to the edges of your mat. Turn your toes out and your heels in. Walk your hands back to your feet. And now you're in a forward fold with something like ballerina feet. How far your toes angle out is individual. Now we're going to do our pulsing forward fold again. So bend your knees like a squat. Inhale, sink your hips down, flatten your back out. Good. Exhale, straighten your legs and bow your head until you feel a deeper stretch. Then do it again. Inhale, bend your knees, sink down, squat, flat back. Exhale, straighter legs. Bow your head, squeeze your navel in. Try it again. Inhale, flatten your back as you squat down. Good. Exhale, straighten. And 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, squat. Exhale, forward fold. And 1 more. Inhale, squat. Exhale, come all the way up to stand. Good. Come all the way up to stand and step about midway up your mat. Midway up your mat. All right, so we're going to do a little balancing flow here. Inhale, take your right arm up by your ear, and like you're doing half of a row, bend your left elbow and pull your left elbow back behind your left ribs. Now, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring your right knee up to your chest the best you can. Now inhale, we're going to switch our arms. Right elbow pulls back. Left arm comes up by your left ear. But straighten your right leg back behind you and pop up to the tips of your toes. You might stay there or you might hinge forward toward a warrior 3, where your chest leans forward, your right leg lifts up and back. So there's our flow. Inhale, right knee up to your chest. Right arm up, left elbow back. Exhale, right elbow back, left arm up. Either tap your right toes behind you or hinge forward, warrior 3. Take a few rounds there. Inhale, keep the best posture that you can and control your warrior 3 by really tightening your front ribs in so you don't sag. So we're going knee to chest, either to just a little toe tap of that right leg back behind you, or hinging forward. Both are great options. Try 2 more. Slow, deep breaths. And 1 more. Good. Come up to stand, give your legs a little jiggle. Now we're going to change sides. So feet under your hips. Take your left arm up by your left ear. Pull your right elbow back. Inhale, bring your left knee up to your chest. Exhale, tap your left foot behind you. Switch your arms, right arm up, left elbow back. Or hinge forward, warrior three. So inhale now, knee to chest, switch your arms. Left arm up, right elbow back. Exhale, warrior three. Squeeze your left glutes and hamstring. Try to straighten that left leg out behind you, whether it's low or high. So keep on going now. Then inhale to your knee to chest and exhale to toe tap the straight leg behind you, or from there into warrior three. Flat back. Oh, sometimes you fall over, and that's okay. Good. Last two. And last one. Good. All right, now come on up to stand and turn sideways on your mat. Step out as wide as you can comfortably go. So we're getting ready for a side angle. So go out as wide as you can with your feet. Turn your right foot all the way out to the right. Turn your left toes 10-15 degrees to the right side of your mat. Bend your right knee, bring your right elbow down to your left thigh. Take your left arm up over your left ear. Your pelvis should be tilting to the right, hinging to the right. Stretch really long on your left side, from your left pinky toe up to your left pinky finger. Now, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, swing your left arm up and back. Bend your elbow behind you and take a half bind. You can let that arm just hang behind your back, or you could grab hold for a moment of your right thigh. Now we'll take another deep breath in. We're going to do a slow flow between side angle and triangle. Exhale, straighten your right leg, push your mat down and forward with your right hip, and pull your right thigh bone deeper into your hip socket. Then inhale, bend your right knee, side angle. Squeeze your navel in, exhale, straighten until you feel some inner thigh and hamstring stretch or resistance. And then inhale, bend again. Good. Try to avoid your hips swinging out and back behind you. You want your hips in the same line as your 2 feet. Draw a line from your right foot to your left foot. That's the line you want your right thigh bone to maintain the best you can. Good. Pull your chin in a little bit if you're drooping your head forward, and keep your neck long. Good. We're going to do one more round. And this time we're going to switch to a static triangle. Take your right hand down to your shin or to your ankle, to the floor if you comfortably can. Reach your left arm straight up. If you can easily look up toward the ceiling, great. If not, look sideways or down. Tighten your ribs in, pull your shoulders down your back. You should be still tilting your pelvis sideways to the right. Breathe as slowly and deeply as you can. We're almost there. Really push down and forward with your right big toe ball, like you're stepping on a gas pedal with that right foot. Let's take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, come all the way up to stand. Turn, parallel your feet, heel toe, or hop your feet together. Give your legs a jiggle. We're going to do one more thing before we do the second side, and I'm going to turn sideways for this. It's a moving quad stretch if we can. Stand up tall. Move your shoulders back and down. Take a breath in. As you exhale, pick your right foot up and reach for your right foot. If you can't touch it, don't worry. If you can, grab hold of it just for a moment and pull your heel in, and then set it down. Take a breath in. Left side, left heel picks up, reach for it, or grab hold of it and pull your left heel in and lower it down. Inhale, left arm up as you bring your right heel up. Grab your foot or ankle, pull in if you can. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, right arm up, left hamstring curl or quad stretch. So just a little hamstring curl if you can't easily reach your foot. Bring it down. Let's do another round. Inhale. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. Good. Exhale, turn sideways on your mat. Step out as wide as you can comfortably go. Turn your left foot all the way 90 degrees out to the left. Right foot turns 10 or 15 degrees to the left. Side angle, bring your left forearm down to your left thigh. Take your right arm up over your ear. Good. Tilt your pelvis to the left. Pull your left hip back and in. Try to line up that left thigh bone so it's drawing a line between your left heel and your right heel. Now take a deep breath and stretch as long as you can up through that right side of your body. And exhale, swing your right arm back behind you, half bind. Bend your elbow, let your hand dangle or grab hold of your left thigh if it's available. Now take another deep breath in and triangle. Exhale, straighten your left leg just until you feel some extra resistance. And inhale, bend your knee back to your side angle. Good. Exhale, straighten. Pull your left thigh bone deeper, 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 deeper into your hip socket. And then bend again. Inhale. Chin in a little bit, shoulders down your back, core support. Squeeze your navel in gently. Good. 2 more like that before we head into our static triangle. Good. Such good work for your hips and your thighs. 1 more round. Now we stay in our triangle. Left hand switches to your shin or ankle or down to the floor if that's comfortable for you. You want as flat a back as you can. Rotate your ribs a little bit toward the ceiling. And then you might look up or you might look sideways or down. Check in with that left hip and thigh. If it's swaying back behind you out to the left edge of your mat, squeeze it back in. Good. And breathe. Long through your neck, get grounded through the base of your big toe on the left side. Last 2 breaths like that. And now exhale, come all the way up to stand. Drop your arms, turn, parallel your feet and heel toe or hop your feet together. Good. We're going to do our moving quad stretch again with 1 more option. So stand in mountain pose. Inhale, take your left arm up, reach your right hand back for your right foot or ankle. Exhale, hinge your hips forward and push your right foot back into King Dancer. Then come back to your quad stretch. Inhale. And exhale, bring everything down, right foot and left arm. Right arm up, inhale, pick your left foot up, grab your left foot or ankle, pull your heel in. Exhale, King Dancer, hinge from your hips, push your left foot back. And inhale, back to your quad stretch. And exhale, bring it down. Try it again. Inhale. Right side quad stretch. Exhale, King Dancer. Inhale, quad stretch. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left side quad stretch. You can still be doing just your hamstring curl and skipping King Dancer, but exhale, King Dancer if you've got your foot or ankle. And quad stretch. And back down. 1 more round. Inhale. Try to tone your right side glutes and hamstrings as that right knee lifts up behind you. Then back to your quad stretch. And back down. Last round here. Left side quad stretch. If you can, left side King Dancer, engage your left side glutes and hamstrings. And then back to your quad stretch. And back down. Good. Have a seat on your mat. Stretch your legs straight out in front of you. Good. Bend your right knee and cross your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Now, sit up really tall, inhale, and gently squeeze your right knee toward you. As you exhale, we're going to turn and twist, half Lord of the Fishes. Take your right fingers behind you. You can keep hugging that right knee in with your left hand. You could switch to hugging in with your elbow, or if you prefer a deeper spinal twist, take your left elbow outside your right thigh. Give a little Queen Elizabeth wave to the right side of your rib. All right, now sit up tall. Drop your shoulders. This is a really great stretch for starting to loosen up tension in your glutes, in your outer hips, which we've engaged quite a bit tonight. Keep breathing if your right hip gets lighter than your left hip. Put a little bit more weight back down into that right hip. And 2 more breaths like that. Unwind from your twist, uncross your legs and change sides. Bend your left knee, cross your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Pull that knee in, sit up as tall as you can with as flat a back as you can. And then left fingers behind you, start to twist. You might stay like that or hug that left knee in a little closer with your right elbow, or twist a little deeper with your elbow outside your knee. Let your breath slow down. Again, if you notice your left hip really light, if you've rocked all of your weight onto your right hip, put a little bit back down into that left hip. One more slow, deep breath like that. Unwind from your twist, uncross your legs, and think about what kind of pigeon you'd like to do next. Pigeon on your back is a great choice. You can come right onto your back and cross your right ankle over your left knee, pick up and hold on. If pigeon on your front is something you're interested in, scooch up toward the top of your mat, bend your right knee points out to the right side of your mat, your right shin angles in toward the midline of your mat. Then lean to the right, swing your left leg gently around, and square off your hips. Take a breath in, add props if you need to, a blanket under your right hip, if that helps you to settle in, and when you're ready, lower down to your forearms and find a way to rest your head. Stack up your fists, stack up your hands or forearms. Now breathe as attentively as you can. It's easy to feel your chest and your rib cage rising and falling. Feel that. Feel your belly and your lower back, the sides of your waist rising and falling. See if in your pelvis you can feel your breath, especially in that right hip that's stretching open. Breathe as though that right hip were hollow and you could inhale and fill your right hip up with breath. And as you exhale and empty out your breath, try to visualize your right hip relaxing and letting go. Try 2 more slow, deep breaths like that. If you're on your back, uncross your legs. If you're on your front, lift your head and your chest. Move props if you need to. Rock to your right outer hip, swing your left leg around. Give your legs a little jiggle wherever you are. If you're on your back, you can stretch your legs out long for a moment and windshield wiper them a little bit side to side. When you're ready, we're going to head into our second side. If you're on your back, left ankle over your right knee. On your front, bend your left knee in. Lean to your left hip, swing your right leg around. Add props where you need to, when you need to. If you're on your front, take a breath in, and once you've squared your hips off, exhale, lower yourself down, and rest your head. Relax your shoulders as much as you can. your breath into your body and out again, and see how deeply down toward your pelvis you can breathe. You may be able to feel your left hip rising and falling. Where you can't feel it, visualize it, picture it with your mind's eye. About 2 more breaths there. And if you're on your back, uncross and stretch out. On your front, lift your head and chest, rock to your left hip, swing your right leg around. We're all gonna end up on our backs now, so if you're not already there, come on down. Get set up for some windshield wipers. Bend your knees and widen your feet. Take your arms to a cactus shape on the floor. Inhale, sway your knees to the right. Turn your chin to your left shoulder. Exhale, sway your knees to the left. Turn your chin to your right shoulder. Take a few slow rounds side to side as we start to move toward our final relaxation. A nice little massage for the back and sides of your pelvis. Try to let go of lingering tension in your hips, in your back, in your belly. Let's finish up one more round like that. When you get done, pick your feet up, hug your knees in, rock a little side to side. And we're going to enter Shavasana here, relaxation, if we can, with a butterfly shape in our legs. Knees wide, soles of the feet together. If that doesn't feel comfortable to your body, go ahead and stretch your legs out straight or over a pillow or a blanket roll. But if you can, a butterfly shape, so you get a final inner thigh release here. But in every other way, you're in Shavasana. So if you need to take a moment and put on more clothes to get comfortable and warm or cover up with a blanket, do that now. And then draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Lengthen your neck. Bring your attention to your breath. As you breathe, especially relax your lower body. Relax your outer hips and your outer thighs. Relax your inner thighs, all the way up to your pelvic floor muscles. Relax your hip creases. Relax the back of your pelvis and the base of your spine. You might decide that now is a good time to use your hands to draw your knees together and straighten your legs out into your traditional Shavasana shape. But if you're really happy and comfortable with butterfly legs, stay as you are. And come back to your breath, and as you breathe, relax your back, and your belly. Relax your rib cage. Relax your chest and your shoulders. Relax your arms and your hands and your fingers. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your third eye. Relax the crown of your head. Relax your mind by focusing on the rise and fall of your breath inside your body. If your mind starts to wander, just gently guide it back to your breath. And now take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth and gently start to wake yourself up. Move your fingers and your toes. Move your wrists and ankles. Stretch your arms overhead. Straighten your legs out slowly if you're still in butterfly especially. Take a deep breath in when you're ready. Stretch out as long as you can. Out through your mouth. Bring your arms down and bend your knees. Roll to one side. When you find yourself on your side, take one more deep breath in. Out through your mouth. And use the strength of your arms to bring yourself up to a seat. Take a moment to get settled and sit up tall. And inhale, stretch your arms out wide. Exhale, hands to your heart. Namaste.